Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Terrace Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
My Henslite bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Henslite bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Henslite Victorian Open. This is action in women's singles for 2024. This is round of 32. My name is Tony Sherwell and joined by Joshy Thornton. Morning, JT.
Morning, Tone. Another great match for our viewers at home this morning. We have none other than one of our Victorian Open ambassadors, NATASHA van ELDIK, hailing from Raymond Terrace. And her record probably doesn't... Everybody knows it. It's bloody good. Coming up against Rachel Wolfenden from Victor Harbor. Only been playing the sport 3 years. Absolutely loves it. Lefty. And she put on a great show last match, defeating Denise Ewender.
Yeah, no slouch if you're doing that. Denise is a heck of a bowler. Very much looking forward to seeing a new bowler in action up against one of the country's best, if not one of the world's best.
Definitely one of the world's best.
Yep.
Great bowl there by Rachel. Both using Taylor SR, Tone, you told me.
Yeah, correct. Both size 3. Tasha's bowls matching her outfit in a bluish colour.
Probably could nearly say the same about Rachel's bowls.
Yeah, true. Nice little purple colour.
Well,
Certainly matching the shoes. This is end 1. First to 21 in our singles matches, a 2.25 hour time limit. Of course, all these matches brought to you from Terrace Bowls Club today. One of 2 of our main host venues, Terrace Bowls Club and Morwell Bowls Club. But we do use 17 facilities across the broader Latrobe Valley and Gippsland. So Rachel coming in, doesn't want to push Tasha's up too far, but no harm, no foul. And Summerhill, our marker, an ITO, is marked at the highest level. Not a bad spot to be indoors today, JT. There's a little bit of wind outside. We've had picture perfect conditions most days of the Vic Open, but just a touch of wind today, so a bit tricky outside, but fully enclosed indoor here. So
a little cooler.
A little cooler, as you say. Rachel's madly fallen in love with the game. She went down to Victor Harbor to sponsor the club, and they said, come and have a go. She said she put the first bowl down and was addicted.
And she started pretty well too.
Yeah, could sneak in for second shot. And Summerhill just having a look. She'll let the players declare. Tash just with the finger measure. No, just declared it as 2. What a start for Rachel Wolfenden, Victor Harbor in South Australia. 2 shots opening end. Had one match go to time outside. Carol Protopappas getting a win over Leanne Poulsen. I think the final score was 20-18.
We had a game at Morwell that went 20 all, and then last end, both resting touches, which meant it had to go to an extra end.
Unbelievable. So for those who haven't experienced time-limited games, if the time expires, you complete the end you're on, but you don't start another one. So in that particular game JT's just referring to, tied, and given the end was tied as well, they had no choice but to play the extra end. All the games being live scored from the Vic Open knockout stages. So jump on to Bowls Link. If there's someone you're particularly particularly interested in following, you can follow N by N scores. Or you can breeze through the field and just see who's doing what.
Morning, Andy. Joining us from Devon. It's 1:45 in the morning over there.
Yeah. We hope to keep you up all night, Andy. Sleep is entirely overrated.
And optional.
Correct. Two calls for a short jack on this green already, JT. Second end on both rink 3 and 4, both called for a measure on the jack. The jack was good both times.
Morning, Jen. Hope you're well. Hope you're hitting the ball well at the driving range.
At the driving range? It's outrageous. Should be down at the club, Jen. Tash getting her eye in now, holding 2.
She's got to hold up now. Not bad. Could be still 2 to Tash.
Does Tash have to change hands now, JT, or can she try
No,
and get under that
I don't think
last
that's
bowl?
actually really in the way. If you're playing good weight, should be fine. Hey, Joe. Yeah, look, from where I'm sitting, I think the 2 coloured bowls are quite distinct in the blues, but I don't know whether it's... One's definitely darker than the other. Good bowl, Tash. Hey, Andy, how you going? I think it's just a habit thing, Andy, because we predominantly play outside in our sport in Australia most of the time, and people just get used to wearing a hat when they play, so when they come inside, they wear a hat. 3 it is.
A few concerns for the hat hair.
So I don't have to worry about that, neither do you, Tone.
No, I certainly don't. Try and wear a hat just to cover up my bald bonce.
Morning, Brendan. Hope you're well. Got to remember, got 12 minutes of saying morning, and then otherwise I'll get caught out.
Yeah, true.
There you go. Joe said she's brightened the screen and it's much clearer now, so...
Ah, gotcha. Good track from Tash, just a touch shy.
Fair bowl by Hayley O'Reilly in that rink against Sam Atkinson. She sat Sam Atkinson's bowl out for 4.
Well played. So we streamed the first couple of days from Morwell Bowls Club.
Mhm.
Today and the last 3 have been here from Traralgon Bowls Club. We'll skip back over to Morwell. It's about 15 minutes down the road. So we'll have a couple of days from Morwell, and then finals will be stream 1 day Traralgon and 1 day Morwell. So a little bit of chopping and changing.
Nothing that Dave can't handle.
No, Dave from SEN will boost his muscles, pick everything up by hand, tuck it under his arm and take the whole shebang down to Morwell.
Morning, Paula. She said she had a cracking day at Traralgon yesterday.
Yeah, I met Paula yesterday. Doing some good stuff. I remember at Coringal and Kyneton. You had a lot of friends down here to watch too. been absolutely gorgeous weather here in the Latrobe Valley. Cool, crisp mornings followed by bright sunshine around the 21, 22 degrees. Touch hotter. Been very nice outside.
Morning, T-Bone. Hope you're all, buddy. At this stage, no.
Tash just asking our marker Ann Summerall for the position, please. Confirmed as holding 1.
Marika, I think everybody would love us having 2 streams going at once, but it's, it's just a bit unrealistic.
There are some very good players at both Morwell and Traralgon. It is, well, it's a good problem to have, isn't it, with great players everywhere, but the downside is we can't stream every match. But wonder how far away it'll be before almost every match is live streamed. Fixed cameras.
Yeah.
We watched the Australian 9-ball championships a little while ago, and they had cameras above probably 20 of the tables.
You're right. And what do they have? Did they have a central commentator that
Yeah,
sort of
that's
just
the main table, which had commentary, and then the rest of the tables were just vision only.
Yeah.
1 to Tash van Eldik. She now leads 4-2.
I was nearly with the fairies, Antone.
A little bit. Something caught your eye over in the distance. What has caught my eye is Kirsty Vandenhoff off to a good start. She's leading 4-1 over Marie McKee from Elphington. Kaylee O'Reilly with that 4 on the last end leads 4-2 over Sammy Atkinson. Saw Sammy on the stream account for her mother in the last match. No dinner for Sammy tonight.
Good starting bowls by both players this end. Weight spot on. Hey Josh, hope you're well. We're definitely live streaming the state championships. It's in Champions Week. Definitely doing the last day of the juniors.
And then there'll be Champion of State Pennant, which will be streamed as well. So
We've got the over 60s Carnival.
Yep, streaming from Club Barham.
Mm-hmm.
The new host of the Over 60s Carnival. Promises to be great fun.
Host of multiple events now.
Yep. And if you're heading up that way for the Over 60s, get your entry in quick because there are a lot of entries. And while you're there, you can check out the ABBA Tribute Show on at Club Barham on the Saturday night. Tickets selling fast. Yeah, it's a good effort from Rachel Wolfenden. Weight's about spot on. There's a couple of players, spectators just walking, completely oblivious. And then when they're told to stop, they keep walking. Tash having a bit of a giggle. People get very focused on where they're going and not so much on the players that are trying to play. Anyway, they've worked it out now. All good, no harm, no foul. Tash laughs it off.
Some others might not have been as generous.
No, early stages of the match, everyone's a little bit more relaxed.
Rachel not far away here. Oh, Holly just didn't hang on long enough.
3 pretty good bowls,
Yep.
good enough for second shot.
All 6 bowls have actually pretty good weight tone.
Mm. Tash stomping her foot twice on that one. Knew it was a little bit heavy out of the hand.
Probably don't mind the weight, to be honest, Tone. Like, she gets that jack first and takes a shot away, it would make it pretty hard for Rachel. It's probably just a fraction wide. I think Rachel's just scunned a little too much. One to Natasha.
Good to see some South Aussies making the trip over, JT.
I've heard Victor Harbour is a very nice place, Tone. I've never been.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice place in South Australia. Of course, the last time, or one of the last times we saw some South Australians, Kath Greenslade won the women's singles at the Vic Open.
Where was that?
Last year we were in Shepparton.
Oh, yeah.
Came across, Craig Mills came across, Nathan Black came across.
Jesse got crooked just before it and I didn't go to it, that remember?
Oh, there you go. Hence, a little bit fuzzy in your memory, but Kath Greenslade, one of the stars from South Australia.
She's a legend.
She is. And a better person than she is a bowler, which is saying quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Spent 2 weeks in Birmingham, and me and her were shuttle buddies. We were in one bus going from the hotel to the green, and we were the front seats. And
Just making sure the driver was doing the right thing, I presume.
yeah, something like that.
Nice opener from Rachel. I forget who her partner was in the pairs, also a very accomplished South Australian bowler. My memory's just a little fuzzy on. Somebody will probably remind me. I think they went relatively well in the women's pairs too. So.
Glenn Jones says Tash is one of his favourite female players. And Squizzy reckons he's going to drive up tomorrow and get me on the JDs. Pity I don't like JDs, Squiz. you won't twist that arm. I may be tempted otherwise and some other alternatives.
Which would be lemonade, coffee and all things good for you, of course. Everything in moderation.
Rachel, chance of getting the jack down the line here. Yeah, great bowl.
She was pretty good with her first and very good with her second.
Tasha's weight's alright, she's just got to get under that. She nearly did enough to get the second shot. And she has, according to Anne Summerall. Anne's from my original home club, Tone.
She is right up on the border. Corowa.
RSL.
RSL, yes.
Get the
Sorry,
club
I was referring
right.
to the town, but yep.
There's still a bit of rivalry between the two clubs.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Rachel just signalling that one's not coming back, just hanging out of touch. Not a bad
Still a
effort,
good
though.
bowl. The weight was pretty good.
Just hangs in that sort of three-quarter stage of the bowl. Can turn a little bit late. Rachel just coming down to have a look, survey this head a little bit.
I think the safer hand is this side of the ring. She's our lefty, so
Yep.
playing her backhand.
through her own bowl.
Yeah, just turn up. Even if she got to a last and flopped in, she might be close.
She holding 2 now, JT?
Don't
Her
know.
eyes better than mine. I'm going to say it's 2.
And she's making me look silly and playing the forehand. Squizzy mentioned something about... I don't even remember that. But he did mention Baz, and probably while he touched on Baz in the chat, it's probably good to mention Bless Coaching. There's 2 got pulled out there, Tone, just while we're about to do this.
Just check on the 3rd, but no, settle for 2.
2.
Good pick up.
So Bless Coaching, obviously Barry Lester, accomplished bowler, played many, many games for the country and state, been all around the world, and he's partnered with us at the Vic Open in terms of his promoting his coaching business, and I can speak firsthand. I've seen it out in the Wimmera. We got a grant to get Barry to come out and do some coaching, and it was really, really well received. So, if anyone interested, go to www.barrylester.com.au, or I've had a mental blank with the email address, Tone. I had everything else off the top of my head then.
You kind of don't type email addresses, really, do you? But Baz's email address is
Barry at, yes, you beat me to it.
lestercoaching.com.au. It's like one of those things we used to always remember phone numbers. Now we just tap on a name.
Ross Clegg has chimed in and he believes NATASHA is the best in Australia. We're probably just very lucky in Australia with our our bowlers, but if we want to pinpoint our female bowlers, the amazing record probably since 2012 at international events has been,
it's been incredible.
I think every athlete at 2012 World Champs got a gold medal.
Yep.
2014 probably a little leaner in terms of success.
It was over in Glasgow. It's a tough one.
Then 16 was amazing for the girls. Karen won the singles and the girls won the triples and fours. If we're just talking purely the girls again. 2018 is the most successful Com Games, and again the girls doubled the triples and the fours.
Yep.
And then even go to Birmingham, Alan winning the singles and the pairs. It's we're very lucky as a country when it comes to our talent.
We certainly are. And Tasha's right up there.
She's definitely one of the best I've seen.
She's got a nice aggressive game style.
Yep.
But a heck of a good draw shot to boot.
She's won many a singles title, 23 state titles, Tone.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night at dinner. She's actually twice that she's had the clean sweep of state titles, i.e. singles, pairs, triples and fours. And in a state like New South Wales, that is no mean feat.
Another female that's close to doing this week up there is Dawnie Heyman.
Also a very good player. Tash not playing any state championships this year. I think the story goes they had a pre-booked holiday and then some dates were moved and just couldn't quite manage to do it all. So give somebody else an opportunity up there in New South Wales this year. Gives us the opportunity to have the great Natasha Van Eldik come down to the Vic Open here in Latrobe Valley. Playing today out of Traralgon Bowls Club. This is a round of 32 of women's singles for the Henselite Victorian Open in 2024.
And as Jen just put in the chat, Finland was calling. Oh, just high.
Missing a whisker wide.
I love that speed. She landed it at that speed. She was going to make 3. Maybe 5 apiece. When you've won 23 state titles, sure, you can skip a year, I reckon, Tone.
Yeah, correct. And look, she's still pretty young, Tash. So at this stage of her career, it'll seem like it's just a number. When she sits back and reflects, when she gets to her 70s and 80s and she looks at a whopping number of state titles, then she'll probably say, I could have won a few more if I had played them all, but it's a ridiculous sheet of achievements.
Brad and Michael's barracking for Sue Scully on the rink next door, Tone. Sue's currently leading 3-1 against Maureen Drennan.
Yep, scoreboard's due for an update, so we should see some advancements there. You can follow end by end on BowlsLink. Of course, we'll read them out every now and again.
Hunt is playing Hodgkins. Hodgkins leading 7-6. Jarvis playing Taylor. Jarvis leading 5-4. Atkinson O'Reilly 6-5 in favour Sammy Atkinson. Vanderhoff versus McKee, is that what you said before?
Correct,
Yeah.
yep.
4-1 in favour Vanderhoff. That probably hasn't been updated for a couple of ends.
No. As good as Tashi is, she didn't have it all her own way in the last match. It was a 21-9 scoreline in the end, but it was kind of 8-9, and then Tash won 9 ends in a row.
Yeah, no, I happened to give the score on the stream, as you know, and poked my head around the corner and saw that 8-9 scoreline.
Yep.
Found another gear.
She did. Rachel Wolfenden came up against Denise Hewender, who's a very good bowler, member of the Victorian over 60s winning team back-to-back, and accounted for Denise 21-11. So we're in for a good match.
In the YouTube chat, Maddie Blackwell asked, did Taylor Marin play this year? I don't believe she has played this event this year, Tone. No.
No. So 6-3 now, Scully over Drennan. I've just updated that scoreboard.
Yes, Barbara. 3 states battling for viewing this weekend. New South Wales State Championships, Queensland Premier League finals. If you're clever, Barbara, what you can do is get 3 tabs up on your screen and have them all run at the same time. But make sure you're listening to us, though.
Yeah.
Chances here for Tash. She plays a nice draw bowl on the forehand. She could make 3 very, very easily. And again, I'm not sure who's actually holding at this stage. I favour her for 1.
It does look like that.
The only thing, she doesn't want to get wide. She's better off playing it tighter. Let's have a look. Not terrible line. It's just the speed now.
Tash was pretty close to us, so I didn't want to talk for a little bit, but she was a bit disappointed with herself. Just said, hey, hey, hey.
It's just that hand.
Yep.
Just, you know, you can get to the jack. You can easily get to the jack. Just sometimes when you play a fraction quicker than what you want, it just hangs a little longer than what you probably think it's going to.
Not the end of the world. 1 shot
No.
down. She gives away, but 6-5 now the lead to Wolfenden.
The thing is, we've had the luxury of seeing every game live stream, Tone. We sort of know what's happening there.
Yep.
Barbara said she's taken the device on. She's got YouTube on TV, us on her iPad, and Bowls Queensland Premier on her phone.
Well, Barbara, if anyone can keep up, it's you.
You are one of the best viewers of all bowls across this country.
Yep. We'll make sure we keep it interesting here.
Even if it means me ribbing you, Tone.
Well, there's a fair bit to rib, so go for your life. And I'll show nothing but love for you, my friend.
Starter from Tash.
Yeah, it was a good opener from Rachel Wolfenden, and Tash shows what she can do. Sits just inside it.
It's been a quality game so far.
Yeah, it has. It's wow, it's getting better. Tit for tat this one.
We kind of felt Rachel was a little nervous, but she's not showing those nerves at the moment,
No,
is she,
not
Tony?
at all. As we said, she's only been bowling 3 years. She went down to sponsor her local club, and they said, "Why don't you come and have a go?" She said, "No, I'm just here to sponsor it so people know who we are."
Tash is chances. Oh,
Yeah,
great
well
bowl.
played. 1 down to 2 up. And she sort of reluctantly had a go, and she's been hooked ever since.
Quite a good delivery.
She did get a little bit of coaching from Les Carter over there, from Bushy.
Yeah.
Former state coach, I think, of South Australia. I don't think he still is.
Don't believe
Which is why I
he
say former.
tied up heavily with the Adelaide Endurance team and BPL wise.
Correct.
Have coached against him.
Yep. Nice fella. When you were coaching Perth Suns, JT, you would have coached against him.
Yeah, well, yes, correct. And just want to remind a few of those people over in WA, they haven't made the finals since I coached them, so
Does that mean you had a long-lasting effect?
I
Or-
reckon could have been the three players that played too. Put a couple close bowls down.
You did have some reasonable ones. You had Lee Schreiner,
Aye.
Jen Delves,
Yeah, and Ray Pearce.
Ray Pearce.
Yeah, fair side.
Was that in both years?
No. Then the following year it was
a bit different, wasn't it?
was Ray Pearce, Cody Packer, and Dawn Heyman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where was Chrissy? I mean, I know COVID was impacted whether or not they could get out of WA for a while.
Yeah, and around her role too made it a bit tricky for
Yep.
those particular ones. Rachel not far away.
Yeah.
The first one was definitely because there was no WA players, was
Yep.
COVID related.
Back when Mr. McGowan closed the borders to the rest of Australia. It's a tough game, bowls. I mean, Rachel Wolfenden hasn't actually bowled too bad this end.
Oh, she's played 2 crackers with her first 2.
Yep.
Yeah, the other ones just she played good weight for the way the heads were based and just missed. And Tasha's chance of making 3 here with this last bowl.
She did give shot away the last end. She won't want to do that again.
No, she won't be doing it this time. And she's
It's a very good effort, but just a touch shy. She'll pick up 2 nonetheless. And JT, she regains the lead, 7-6.
Oh, jeez, I wasn't sure that one was a chance.
No, me either. Well, in fact, I half had the scores put in.
Well, so did I, and it was 2.
There we go.
7-6 in favour of Tasha.
Sharon Jarvis has got away to a little bit of a lead over Lynette Taylor. She was down 4-zip and since then has piled on 10 straight to lead 10-4. Sammy Atkinson and Hayley O'Reilly having a ding-dong battle over there. Hayley O'Reilly has just got her nose in front, 8-6. And the far end, Kirsty Vandenhoff is leading 8-2 over Marie McKee.
Tasha's opted for a reasonably long end here. I was actually having a yak to her before the start of the game, Tone, and she goes, "Is this a 40-metre green?" I said, "I think it nearly is, you know." So a long end on this green is a long end.
It is. It does seem like a big green, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Both ways.
A 40-metre green is considered an international green, Tone.
It is. It's the maximum. So 31 metres is your minimum for a legal standard green, and 40 is the maximum. By the time you take off 2 metres at either end for the 2 metre mark, gives you a maximum T to T of 36.
Oh, some great bowls here by Tash.
Yeah, look at this. Just a little whisker on the jack, and of course Anne Summerhill, our marker, does not let anything get past her. chalks the bowl accordingly.
It is an 8-rinker. Squiz can definitely get to 8 rinks. We're currently only playing 7 at the moment.
Yep, we will play 8.
Probably
for
later.
the fourth
Yeah, the
round
fourth game today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maureen Drennan just picks up a couple of shots. She now has levelled that one up next door against Sue Scully, 6 shots apiece.
Cash is probably holding 3 at the moment.
Yeah, still finding that broadcast side of the ditch side just hanging a touch. Didn't quite get her line right, but her weight's very good. Good effort from Rachel Wolfenden. Marker extraordinaire Pat Schramm on the rink next door. Of course, president of Bowls Victoria. A very good bowler in her own right too, JT.
Correct.
Had a good run as a substitute player in the women's pairs. Through their section, through a knockout match or two.
With the pleasure of playing with her at Heathcote in that charity day, Tane.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Raising money for MND research. This is a great bowl from Tash Van ELDIK.
Should count.
Yep. Not sure if it's 2 or 3, JT. I'm going to say it's just 2.
Yeah, I think it's just 2 at the moment.
JT's just signalled to Tash. Is it 2? Tash just shrugs. I don't know.
She should be able to tell from down there.
Yeah, she had a little grin on her face. Of course, she's down at the mat end. She's a long way away from where the action is.
I'm trying to do that discreetly and then come up with the correct answer, you know, and look like I'm pretty smart, Tane.
Correct. She's a funny bugger, Tash. Needs to dip.
It's just that high.
Yeah. So no change. We'll find out, JT, if it is 2.
I'm going to let go out on a limb and say it's 2.
Yep. I'm going to agree with you. Tash says yes, happy with 2.
9-6.
Good battle brewing with Sammy Atkinson and Hayley O'Reilly. Sammy picks up a single. Still trailing by 1 though, 7-8.
We saw Hayley in the live stream late yesterday, and we saw Sammy in the live stream this morning.
Yep. Sammy, of course, part of the Marge Morris winning Victorian state team. And Hayley O'Reilly, part of Altona's Premier Division team and played under 18s for Victoria.
Correct.
Just out of age now. We're out of the underage program. She's not out of age, of course.
No.
She can go for as long as she likes.
Great correction from Tash. Rachel playing her backhand. Is getting down now. Just slides past. In a good position though.
Yeah, she doesn't have to change too much to get that jack back, does she? 2 catches waiting.
Not a bad home though by Tash. Counter and behind. If it flops, it's nearly really behind. Rachel's definitely narrowed it up. It's whether or not she's played enough weight to hold it up. No. I reckon a bowl on the line just short of the jack and counting would be not a bad bowl in this situation, Tone.
Sammy Atkinson's played a very good bowl. Couple of rinks over, takes out the shot bowl to hold 2, maybe 3. Haley O'Reilly's still got 1 to come though. Looks heavy. Almost a slight rush of blood there.
Tash awfully close again.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you're asking for, JT, but
I mean, it's a counter. It's scoreboard pressure.
Yep.
It's probably fattened up a little bit. So depending on Rachel's confidence in playing the shot, to me, she could arrive with a yard or 2 away and get something going. Afternoon, Swanee. Hope you're well up in Moama.
plenty of Moama tops around here, Swanee. We would have loved to have seen you in one up here, or down here, I should say, for you.
Vicky asked a question on YouTube, saying some of the results actually showed the scorecards. We didn't actually live stream every match in the first round, so that's why there's some that have that scenario.
All the ones here at Traralgon were done.
Yep.
Rachel just misses with her drive. Tash will pick up 3. But from now on, from the round of 32 onwards, every match will be live scored. Vicky Pickett.
So that 3 takes the score to 12-6. Tasha regaining the ascendancy here. She's won 3 ends in a row, all multiples or more.
For fans of Rachel Wolfenden, this is eerily similar to what Tash did in her last round. They had a really good close battle and then finds another gear.
The afterburners.
Yep. She's not going tee to tee. She's probably brought the mat up 5 yards.
I actually think she's changing length a bit. Like even the last end this way, the mat was probably back another metre just about.
Yep.
She's just changing it. Maybe she's thinking, I'll get Rachel off her rhythm.
Not let her give the opportunity of getting too used to anything.
It's definitely a strategy a lot of players use. And there's others that if they just back themselves what they know they can do, they'll just keep rolling that length.
Yep.
And Andy is still awake in Devon at 1:23 in the morning.
It's dedication, but when you've got good matches like this to watch, it's easier to stick around and watch it through to the conclusion. We're streaming 4 matches today. This is match 2 of 4. Of course, once we know the results of these rounds of knockout matches, we'll pick the most appropriate match to go on the stream. Lovely bowl, Tash van Eldik. She is dialed in, as they say.
Tipper extraordinaire Mickey West has sent through who he thinks the last 16 of each event is.
Oh, I like it.
So he's tipped Casimir Ulrich to win it.
Okay.
Natasha van Eldik runners up.
Yep.
And the rest of the 16, Selena Goddard, Sam Atkinson, Lisa Phillips, Lisa Traun, Maddie Jacobs, Trish Cullinane, Jan Hurst, Sue Scully. Is it Sharon Hunt? Yep. Sue Jarvis, Alison Hall, Emma Spicer, A. McCormick and Ali Copley.
Stephanie Hunt, sorry.
Stephanie Hunt, my apologies.
No, you're
And then in the men's, he's got Kevy Anderson, Matty O'Brien, Chuddy Charon, Michael Wilson, Cam Keenan, Neville Brown, Matty Robinson, Tony Chiavello, Vinnie McElwain, Joe By Norris, Brad Pavey, Tyson Cramey, Matty Curta, Brett Marnie, Scotty Boshin and W. Pretty.
Who's his tip to win the men's?
Didn't actually do that, Mick.
Come on,
Come on, Mick. Don't sit on the fence on that one.
One job, Mick. So he's gone Cass Millerick to beat Tash Van Eldik in the final, in the women's. Be interested in your men's picks. It's hard to argue with the rest of the picks you've got. Of course, there'll always be a surprise or two.
Yeah. I think part of the art of it is, and not that I'm an accomplished tipper based off this year's Premier League tipping, Tone, is if you went through and picked everyone who you thought was better on paper, guarantee you're probably only going to get half those right anyway. So.
Yep. She's a funny old game, Bowles.
Rachel.
Does this have
going to hang
at that line?
She probably didn't want to do that either because it's nearly bringing in the back bowler Tashes.
It's got to be close. Could be a little bit stiff here. Certainly 2. We'll see if it's 3.
I don't think Mickey West tipped Chris Young, Karen, because I think he's already out of it. I can double check that right now if you like.
I don't think he got through the section.
Yeah, I don't even.
So they pulled 2 bowls out here. They're just going to measure for 3rd.
It's a good match up there at Terrell RSL at the moment. Tone, J. By Norris versus Ian Raker Ewing.
It is confirmed as 3 to Tash Van Eldik and JT. She has now gone 2-2-3-3, 10 shots in the last 4 ends.
Definitely no Chris Young in the round there.
So from being down 5-6, she now leads 15-6. She's a special kind of player.
Momentum has definitely changed.
Maureen Drennan leading Sue Scully on the rink next door, 10-6. Stephanie Hunt is leading Lilybeth Hodgkins, 14-10. Another shot to Stephanie Hunt. Sharon Jarvis, who got away to a slow start, then put on 10 straight, has been pegged back a little bit. She leads 11-7. Sammy Atkinson and Hayley O'Reilly continuing their ding-dong battle. 10 shots apiece. Kirsty Vandenhoff's been pegged back slightly. She's leading 8-6 over Marie McKee.
2, again, great first bowls by both players. Crowd slowly building up too, Tone.
Yeah, people finish their early Sunday morning commitments. They file in. Been down to the market to get some roast and veggies. Bung it in the oven and come down and watch the bowls. What could be better? Of course, those getting knocked out typically stick around and see if the person who knocked them out can continue their winning form. Does Tash change over with her last, depending what happens with this bowl?
Well, let's see what happens with this bowl first, and then I'll make an assessment. I don't think Rachel's far away, to be honest.
Not far away at all. Just going to cut at the last second.
think Tash plays the same hand again. Just wants to tighten it slightly to try and get to that sort of jack high wingish
change
ball.
over and try and get the jack out.
She's got one though.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes, she's holding one.
Anyway, she's changed the forehand. Maybe she's going to just try and close it down first. Don't think she liked that backhand. It drifted on her a couple of times with the second and third bowl.
Yeah. This is not a bad track to come in from though, JT. This is not a
Close.
bad track to come in from.
Yeah, it's a fantastic bowl. Makes it awfully hard for Rachel now. She's not far away though,
This is a
Tone.
good effort.
She gets there and flops.
Gets rid of one. I
Ooh.
don't know whether she'll quite get shot, but she certainly gets rid of one. Tasha's going for the tape, so it's closer than my first thought. Lovely bowl from Rachel Wolfenden. She actually, if you look at her 4 bowls again, she hasn't really done a lot wrong, has she?
She's played quite well this game.
She's just been a touch. There you go. She gives up the shot. Tash looked a little bit surprised that she gave that one up so fast. So
16-6. Tasha's first bowl quite good again. Cicada single success, Tone. First bowl.
yeah,
If your first bowl is good, you'll win 99% of your matches. Right, and I plucked that stat from nowhere, but
not scientifically researched, but I know what you mean. It's the old saying, 56% of all stats are made up.
I was just thinking of the Anchorman stat quote,
What was that one?
the Black Panther one. It works, you know. 75% all the time. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I like it.
Tasha's got the weight. She's on a good line here.
Yeah, looks pretty good to me.
I think Rachel's just shy with her weight here. I don't think she's quite going to get there.
And the line's pretty good
Yeah,
too.
it was might force Tash to change hands again.
It's been quite impressive. There's Rachel Wolfenden.
Tash just got to slide under that bowl of Rachel's. And very nice. I think she wanted to guts it.
Yep.
Rachel playing a lot more weight with this one, Tone.
Just a touch under though. Just pulled it slightly.
Karen note, and Tasha's using Taylor SR. She's been using Taylor as long as I've known her.
Yeah, been a long time Taylor player.
She's not far away again. Just got to slide under
Great
that.
bowl. Great bowl. If there was any doubt over the second shot, it's been removed. Now 3.
She played wait for it to hang up long enough, Tone? Not quite.
Three more to Tash van Eldijk. She now lead at 19-6. We're stationed here at Traralgon Bowls Club today. Morwell Bowls Club about 15 minutes away. It's also got plenty going on. If you can get down to the area, you'll not only see some great bowls action, but you'll also see the Henselite store, where you can update your bowls, your bags, get some more grippo, some spray chalk or some clothing or shoes. And of course, Campbell Derrick from AM Sportswear has a stall there as well. If your club's contemplating getting new uniforms, AM Sportswear is the only way to go. The makers of the Big V uniforms.
I see Matty O's just slid in there at the back.
He's probably been down getting some new uniforms. Blessed with having some very strong clubs in this neck of the woods. Maureen Drennan's put the foot down of the rink next door too. That one was trailing 6-3 at one stage. She's now reeled off 10 shots in a row.
Great starter by Rachel.
Leading 13-6. Stephanie Hunt is leading Lilibeth Hodgkins at 15-11. Sharon Jarvis still leading 13-7 over Lynette Taylor. Hayley O'Reilly's added another shot. She was leading 12-10. She's now leading 13-10 against Sammy Atkinson. And on the far rink, Kirsty Vandenhoff is up 11-7 over Marie McKee, who just picked up a single.
Rachel's still holding one at the moment. Be looking to add. Yeah, I think she's made 2. Tash will be looking just to bring the weight back to close to Jack High weight, I reckon now. Kind of didn't love it out of the hand. She's a little fortunate. Got off her wide one. And marker Ann Summerall's indicated that Rachel is now 1 down. Who's she tracking? Not far away. Yeah, good bowl. Made 3 out of that.
Yeah, Tash gives some applause.
She's probably lucky one way to get shot, and then that's probably... Three it is. So score is now 19-9. Good pick up by Rachel. Rachel's definitely changed the length up a little bit, Tone. Brought the man up a bit more. Jack not as far back.
Yeah, certainly can't blame her for trying that. A good no-nonsense delivery. There's Rachel Wolfenden. Just asking for this one to slow down a touch. It's not in a bad home at all.
We've already got some results come through from some of the second round matches at in the men's. Tyson Cromie 21 defeated Jason Severi 15. Brett Marnie 21 defeated Michael Better 6. Kevin Lovett 21 defeated Chris Thomas 11. Matty Curter 21 defeated Mitch Pepper 12. So all the ones I got for the moment.
Thank you, JT. Yeah, well played. Rachel Wolfenden. A little touch on the jack, takes it back, holding a couple for sure. Might look at a third, I'd say 2. Back to 1 now.
Yep. No, Marika. I believe the live scoring is happening outside as well for the men. You can see Jimmy looking through the window now, getting scores and uploading up.
Just a touch shy with that one for Rachel.
Tashmont might look to run the jack in the pity.
Somebody walking behind the rink.
It's one of our technicians.
Big bowl for Tash. She can ice the game here.
Just got to get down.
Very close, but not quite.
Only one day. Take the score to 19-10.
20-10.
19-10.
Oh, sorry. I put it on the wrong side. Ah. Oh dear.
Come on, Tone. Well, hang on. They might even be measuring for 2 yet.
No, I'm going to say it's just 1. You were right all along, JT.
Score is 19-10.
Don't know why I ever doubted you. Sharon Jarvis picks up a single against Lynette Taylor. She leads 15-7. Stephanie Hunt is on 15. She's leading Lilibeth Hodgkins, who's 12. Haley O'Reilly 14-10 over Sammy Atkinson. Kirsty Vandenhoff on her home deck, leading 12-8 over Marie McKee from Alphington.
So, Marika mentioned something about she doesn't see him on the BV portal yet, but I can see the live scoring from the men at the back because I've just gone in here and look. Jimmy Scullett is leading 15-7 over Ben Saar from Middle Park. So they're definitely going up.
So what's happening in the Lee McElveny, Hamish Beecroft?
A couple of them are. Not all of them actually now thinking about it. Yeah, Lee McElvaney's leading 7-6.
Okay. Lovely bowl, Rachel Wolfenden. Successive ends with a toucher for her.
Yeah, Rachel's probably drawn 2 there. Tash not far away, just sliding past the shot bowl.
Margaret and Summerall confirming Tash is 2 down.
It's all on the speed now, Tone. Awfully close. Ooh.
Lays it down. Remember, she was 2 down.
I think it's
She done
only
with that
one at
last
worst
bowl?
now. I think. Two to Rachel Wolfenden. Score is 19-12.
3 ends in a row, JT, for 6 shots for Rachel Wolfenden. Maureen Drennan skipped out to an 18-6 lead over Sue Scully. Sammy Atkinson's picked up a shot against Hayley O'Reilly. 11-14. That's the score there. Hayley O'Reilly with her nose in front. Kirsty Vandenhoff's kicked away slightly. She leads 14-8 over Marie McKee.
David, yeah, it's a little swing. I wouldn't say it's a huge swing. I don't believe Tash would be worried or anything like that. She still only needs 2 to go out.
And certainly not beyond her to pick those up in one end.
But she definitely has scored the last 3 ends.
It's funny, even in the sort of little middle set there where Tash won 6 ends in a row, Rachel Wolfenden was never far away.
No, Tash was just unbelievable.
Just misses the jack. So Ian Summerall saying Tasha's holding 1.
Yeah, I reckon it's the wing bowl.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, I think if she beats the wing bowl, she's definitely got it in. Now it's on a speed. She doesn't want to touch it. Slides past that, it'll probably count.
In the back door. Could be holding game here, Tash van ELDIK. Certainly hasn't had it all her own way.
It's been a good standard contest.
Sammy Atkinson picks up another couple of shots over the other side of the green. Still trails by 1.
That looks like it's been a ding-dong battle.
Yeah, it's been close all game. Both players had their nose in front at various times. This is under again, JT. She's taken one out, so.
Brent, yeah, we don't know yet. We'll probably just wait to see a couple more results occur first before we decide on what the next live stream match will be.
Yep.
Get the brain trust together.
Put your third of a brain, my third of a brain, and Jimmy's third of a brain together, and we can hopefully come up with a good decision.
Not even convinced Jimmy's got a third in him, but anyway.
Well, good thing you've got a half then.
How's Tash tracking here?
Just the risk of hanging a touch wide.
Yeah,
That's all she's got to watch.
definitely didn't want to come onto her.
No. Almost as though she had the one and was not wanting to give that away.
Under Tash. So she stops that run of 3 ends that Rachel had. And now she's on the brink at 20.
On the brink, on the springboard, on the spring roll as it was called one day.
What was that?
On the springboard, and then it got changed to on the spring roll in one of the streams we were doing one day. No idea why, how. Maureen Drennan has just won through in her match against Sue Scully.
Quite convincingly.
21-6 in the end. Well, JT, I can tell you she reeled off the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ends in a row. She was down 5-6. So well done to Maureen Drennan from City Memorial in Warrnambool. She's accounted for Sue Scully from East Ivanhoe, 21-6 in the round of 32.
And it's a fair starter from Tash. When you're looking for one, it's a good way to go. Not going to lie, Tone, I'm looking forward to the lunch break. Gavin, what time are we going to go? Look, we've still got 2 hours and 15 time limit. This game started a tick after 11:30. So I would say it's going to be around 2 o'clock roughly. Once all the rounds are completed. Another good bowl there from Tash, finishing a good home. Got 2.
A little bit symptomatic of this match. Rachel Wolfenden has never been too far away. Tash has just been that little bit closer.
No, not another tomahawk for lunch today.
There'll be a salad roll for lunch today. Very nice here at the club. Well, we'll go home the size of a house. If I keep eating big meals for lunch and dinner.
Look, it'll probably likely be a ladies' match for another round, Brent, and then maybe that 4th round there could be a chance of a men's match.
This is a very good effort from Rachel Wolfenden.
We did do 2 full days of men's pairs, so the counterbalance is doing some ladies matches, and they've been fantastic. Tash just looking to get to those bowls or pass to a good home. Splits them up.
Holding game, 1 bowl to come. Rachel Wolfenden arguably playing the harder side.
I think she's
Not too bad, is it,
yeah,
JT?
Yeah, it's definitely close.
Probably
Again,
not too bad.
just doesn't give.
No. Well, no, don't think that'll do it. Not quite come back far enough, and Tash gives some applause to her opponent. They've had a very good match. The long and the short of it is, it'll be a victory to NATASHA van ELDIK 21-12. And JT, Rachel Wolfenden can hold her head very high for a bowler. It's only been bowling 3 years, her first time over in Victoria to play. She should be most pleased.
But she's come up against one of the best.
Not just the best here, but one of the best in the world. So she certainly can hold her head high. So victory to Tash van ELDIK 21-12 in the stream match. Next door, Maureen Drennan, I should say, won 21-6. Stephanie Hunt is currently leading. Lilybeth Hodgkins 17-14. Sharon Jarvis is leading 16-9 over Lynette Taylor. Atkinson and O'Reilly, Samantha Atkinson that is, and Hayley O'Reilly 14 shots apiece. Kirsty Vandenhoff leading 15-10 over Marie McKee. We'll leave it there, but you can follow along with all those scores on BowlsLink. And from the Henselite Victorian Open for 2024, we will sign off this women's round of 32 singles match, and we look forward to seeing you in the round of 16 shortly.
Thanks, Don.
The Terrace Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Terrace Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
My Henselite bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Henselite bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.